Hi wrestling fans, thanks for clicking the Dreaded D Rose report. Got a lot of sad stuff here to report. I hate this. Especially when they're, old ex-heroes of mine, just people I like. Scott Hall representatives are denying that he was admitted to the hospital for a drug overdose earlier in the week. His representatives say that he was admitted to the hospital last week because it was due to low blood pressure. Hall appeared at an independent wrestling show in Lowell, Massachusetts last night. Had to be helped to the ring, and he was in very bad shape. If you got you know where I go to on my Facebook page, I've got the video clip on there, and it's sad. It really is. I'm really upset at the promoter for letting him even go out in public at the show with his fans there to see him in that condition. It wasn't right. I mean, maybe he was contractually, had to be there. He did show up, but I don't like it. Former WWE star Scotty 2 Hotty, he was at the show and wrote the following on his Twitter account. He said, "Just witnessed the saddest, most embarrassing thing in my career. How many guys have died have to die before, some of the guys learn." Alright, well, anyway, Scott Hall, he appeared at the live, it was a Top Rope promotion Friday night and was in no condition to perform. Scott could barely walk up to the ring and, stand up on his own, had to be held up by several people. He couldn't even get his leg through the second rope. Once he got the first leg in, he had to have somebody pick up the other leg to put him in. Ryan Drew from Top Rope Promotions sent word that Hall showed up into the building in the afternoon under the influence of something and was belligerent and incoherent, which he was that way on the mic too. There was an autograph signing and Hall fell asleep during it, and when he was awakened, his signature consisted of a line, not a name. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you do about something like that. When rehab don't do any good, I guess. Never went through any of that. Don't know. Don't understand it. But anyway, you can check it out on my Facebook page if you want and just draw your own conclusions. But if you really like the guy and really, used to like him years ago, don't even watch him. During a recent television interview, well, this goes back to some sadness too. TNA champion Sting made his first public comments about the 90-minute match that he and Jeff Hardy had at Victory Road. There were widespread reports that the match was cut short at the last minute because Jeff Hardy was in no condition to perform that night. Sting says, "I love Jeff Hardy. I don't want any harm or anything to happen to him. He has personal issues. Everyone knows that, but some things are true and some are not. What is true is that it all came to a head that week and hit really big that night. I hated what happened because I wanted to give the fans a great match, but I realized it had to happen that way." After the match was over, Sting says he was very concerned about Jeff Hardy's condition. After all that was said and done, I came to the back and to make sure he was okay, and he was okay. He's been talking to people close to him a lot. Jeff Hardy's getting stronger. He's riding 10 miles a day on his mountain bike to get into condition. He says, that's what I hear. He says, good luck to him. And I say the same thing. I hope both of them straighten up. That stuff bothers me. Anyway, an interesting trivia note, no match at WrestleMania 27 went over 15 minutes, except for Triple H versus Undertaker, which went almost 30. John Cena took on The Miz, just went a little under 15 minutes. Before it was restarted, and after the second fall it went 15 minutes 20 seconds. As seen last night's SmackDown, Sin Cara made his Friday night debut and attacked Jack Swagger. The idea behind the Monday's Raw was to have Sin Cara, he was going to be facing the WWE World Champion, United States Champion Sheamus at Extreme Rules pay-per-view, but they weren't sure if that's still the plan after he debuted on SmackDown last night. They don't know what to do with him. And I still put this out to you. Who used to come to the ring, jump on a little small trampoline like people work out or do aerobics on, jump up and into the ring? Who used to do that? I can't remember really who it was. Somebody did. And that's how he gets up and over the top rope. Shh, don't tell nobody. The following matches is going to be appearing on TNA's new Mick Foley DVD, Hardcore Legend, which comes out April 19th. It's going to be Mick Foley's TNA debut in September 2008. Then he goes with the Genesis, which is I think a 6-man tag match. Foley interviews Cactus Jack. It's some odds and ends things. TNA Lockdown 2009, where Sting took on Foley for the world title, goes all the way to Ric Flair versus Mick Foley on Impact. By the way, Kurt Angle, got a little news on him. This is again sad. I don't know. Kurt Angle's lawyer was in North Dakota courtroom yesterday pleading guilty for him on the charge of reckless driving and from an incident back in March, which I told you about, where a vehicle was found parked in the median of Interstate 29. Angle claimed that he had hit an icy spot on the road, but state troopers who worked the call reported that the road was dry. Angle failed a field sobriety test and was taken to a local jail, where it was found out his blood alcohol level was 0.083, just above the legal limit on that. Not too bad. Angle received a suspended jail sentence of 10 days, which he does not have to serve, plus he also has to pay a $475 fine, serve a year of unsupervised probation, and undergo chemical dependency evaluations. Maybe I'll straighten him up. Chris Jericho, everybody drinks and everybody drives, but most of the time they don't get in a wreck, hopefully. Chris Jericho is going to be appearing on VH1's classic That Metal show tonight at 11 o'clock. Stan, the man with the stopwatch, he says there was 25 minutes, 25 seconds of in-ring action on the final episode of WWE Superstar WGN, which was up 11 minutes, 39 seconds from last week. As noted before, WWE has 2 different 3-hour Raws planned for this coming June. One of those shows is expected to be the WWE Draft, which is kind of useless, but hey, it gives them something to do. While Kurt Angle teased the idea of TNA films on his Twitter lately, TNA sources indicate that there has been no discussion within TNA about a film company. So he's must be drunk, I don't know. Stan the Man sent word that there was 18 minutes and 21 seconds in-ring action on this week's episode of TNA Impact, down 26 minutes and 50 seconds. Maybe they're going to change their name from wrestling to entertaining. I'm not sure. Boy, less and less wrestling on shows anymore. Thursday's Impact scored a 1.15 cable rating with about 1.5 million viewers. This past Thursday's final episode of Superstar, well, I was telling you about that. They had about 600,000. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge for the World Heavyweight title in a ladder match has been advertised and made official for WWE's Extreme Rules. There's a clip of from WWE where Steve Austin told the bottom 3 about the wrestling. Well, I was telling you about that, I think, yesterday, where he wrestled Yokozuna, and I guess Zuna body slammed him, and he kind of let his pants do some walking. Whew. All right, what else have I got on here? I want to have something else. John Morrison has been considered as a really nice guy backstage amongst his peers and stuff, but this dates back several years ago to his real-life relationship with Melina. Particularly, he lost a lot of respect for allowing Melina to be engaged in a sexual relationship with former WWE talent Dave Batista while the two were dating. The former WWE World Heavyweight Champion made no qualms about being intimidated and involved with Melina in his 2007 autobiography, Batista Unleashed. Batista wrote, "My life, though I was sleeping with Melina right off the bat while we were still married, it wasn't true," it says, "but it did make me feel guilty about being friends with her. And feel guilty, fix it. Since then, I have said that Melina and I have gotten closer in our relationship and become physical, and it's caused a bit of controversy, but I don't give a shit. She's my friend, and I love her so much." So now John Morris is with her, but I think there was a little bit of abuse there from what I read, or what I heard. I gotta go.